Hey everyone, so if you saw my short where I spoke about, well, I called it Shreddy Freddy. It's the harsh truth of fellow naturals that I discussed about probably needed to have less muscle and lose more weight if you want to become shredded. And by less muscle, I mean that that's what's going to happen by losing weight and going into calorie deficit. But you're likely to have more fat than someone who is shredded, and then what's needed to get very shredded. So what I mean is you need to go below for a period of time, below what the norm is, possibly into a bit of extreme to get into that shredded, because you're going to have to bring your fat percentage very down, extremely low. Let's discuss this for a couple of minutes in this coming video. So let's be real, right? So there are outliers for superior genetics who build and retain muscles exceptionally well, but there are very few and far in between. The other thing I mentioned in the short is a lot of people that we compare ourselves with are actually, whether they own up to it or not, Shreddy Freddy or whoever is possibly on anabolic supplements, steroids, stuff that are helping them shred a lot faster. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're a natural, comparing yourself to that, thinking that just being within a certain amount of calorie deficit, not going into a slight extreme on certain things, and I do highly recommend you have a PT and coach if you've got shredding goals, because you can go far below the calorie deficit you should, and your training can be out of balance, your recovery could be out of balance, and your macros need manipulating as well. So that's why I highly recommend that you seek somebody who knows what they're talking about and can also be a realist on the time frame that you are likely to achieve this. These 4-week programs, you will get somewhere, but depending where you are right now, it's unlikely that you're going to become Shreddy Freddy or a female's name Shreddy. Just fixing the camera, it was going a bit slanted for some reason. So like I said, there are outliers where they've got amazing genetics, okay? But that's far and few in between. Ask any real-time athlete who's natural, who's been lifting for 5 to 10 years plus, how small they feel when they diet down and how hard it is to continue to build muscle, and you will get an answer that really backs up what I'm telling you. Don't get brainwashed by social media. The leaner people get, the bigger they look. Combine that with perfect lighting, a pump, right angles, full-grown man at, let's say, 160 pounds can look like a 190-pound monster. I'm sure you've seen this on social media. Or, for example, I see people that come to my gym who honestly on their Instagram look very different to they do in person. And on Instagram, their look is completely polished and they're problematic maybe areas. When I say problematic, maybe they're not as lean in those areas, or they're the more challenging areas to achieve whatever their goal is. Looks perfect. So if you want to look big and jacked in clothes, you probably need to bring your body fat higher than you'd like. You'd need to go through a bulk, which can be very scary if you've been overweight, because I find it scary. I've been there. If you've been overweight and fat in the past and you've lost it, you're very scared to go into that. So bulking and wanting to get bigger and increase muscle mass, and your coaches, that's why I say get a coach or PT. And so you start bulking in terms of eating more calories, which is needed, can be frightening. And you can also self-sabotage, because you'll do it one day and you're like, oh my God, I ate so many calories, I need to go do cardio. And so you're going through this vicious cycle. Whereas if you hire a coach or a PT, especially if they've been there, because they understand your triggers even the triggers that you're not aware of. That's what I do with some of my clients. You probably need to bring your body fat for higher than you'd like, and actually commit to a long season of building and growing. And if you want, that's if you're bulking, and if you want to be shredded and have a six-pack, you will probably look great in a pump, in a stringer, shirtless, in a bikini if you're a female, but you'll probably feel small AF in clothes. You're going to feel tiny, miss no waist, maybe lose your butt. And same for a guy. So you think you're 13% body fat, but you're probably more likely to be 18%. I'm talking about us in general. Like when we think about it, we're like, oh, I'm probably about 13, you know, and you think Shreddy is like at 8, he's probably maybe coming a bit lower. And so you're like, I'm probably about 13, and you're probably at around an 18. And you think you only need to lose about 5-10 pounds to be ripped. But to get ripped and shreddy, you're going to have to probably lose double that. Now, if you're a female, this is going to affect your menstrual cycle and can affect other things, even if you're trying to get pregnant and other stuff like that. So it's really important to have someone guiding you through that, and it has to be on a periodization. If you think you can prep for a show in 12 weeks, or you can go on a 4-week online program, I don't care who the coach is, it's not going to work. You probably need a prep of around 20 plus weeks if you're a natural and you're just in normal BMI, fat mass, body composition range. And that's fine. It's hard to accept sometimes, but that's why it's important to be honest with ourselves. Stop comparing. Learn to fall in love with the journey and not the outcome, and thinking, oh, so let's say you come to work with me and you sought the guidance of Joe or Sarah as a coach, and I tell you by 4 weeks we can achieve this, but I'd like you to be on a 12-week program, possibly a 20-week program if you're looking to be in physique. This is what we can achieve at 4 weeks, 3 months. This is what we'll achieve at the 20-week mark. 3 months is a good amount of time. I'm not saying no. But you go to Sarah or Joe and they're like, yeah, 4 weeks we can do this. But if you go to, or even 6 weeks, you can get to this. I'll get you there. Don't worry. Don't listen to that. Nah, they're talking crap. It's better to go with the coach that's real, even if it's not what you want to hear. Because in the end, although you're going for something that's less, your journey will be longer if you don't get to where you need to be or progress along the way. Just showing up and working your ass off, don't convince yourself you've reached your genetic potential after 2, 3 or 5 years of lifting. Stick with 10, then 20 and keep going. You're going to continue to surprise yourself like I did. If you know my videos, you listen to me, you know that I've learned along the way. I've had PTs that have failed me, and everyone needs a coach or a mentor as well. That's why I think it's really important. You save so many years by getting the right coach and mentor or PT. This is not to plug myself. This is to give you an idea of naturals, what we might need to do if we want to bulk or if we want to get shreddy. Like Shreddy Freddy. There's a dog barking. But I'm just thinking Shreddy Freddy could be a staple we bring to the channel. So if you want to know a bit more about Shreddy, about getting shredded and how Freddy got there, male or female, let me know. If you've got any questions about bulking, getting shredded, whatever it is to do with fitness, mindset, body, health, whatever you want to do, achieve your life goals, let me know in the comment section. If you want me to cover a certain topic, I'm happy to do so. Just also let me know. See you on our next video, guys. Please like, please subscribe so they help the channel push this out into the algorithm. Send it to some friends to have a look at, to view, to watch, so that you're all aligned in terms of your goals. If you want to work with me, all the information is in the description box below, and I offer a free 10-minute consultation, basically for you to get to know me a little bit more and see if I would be the right coach, and for me to say, yep, I can help you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in our next video. Like I said, bye for now.